Hi, folks. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back. Here's another quick little literary talk I'm going to do. It's about the Crusoe, uh, Robinson Crusoe, and um, by Defoe. There might be another one, right, because history gets mixed up. But basically, Daniel Defoe, who wrote Robinson Crusoe, it's based on a true story. It's considered the oldest novel in English. I believe the oldest novels have come from Italy. I think Italy is the home of the literary novel as such. But if you know differently, go ahead and drop your comments in the comments box and let me know. So here's my point on the on Crusoe, which I didn't like. It was a good book. I liked it. But here's one thing. Well, he was stranded with a Bible, right? Well, how come at the end of the story, it's related that he wasn't able to articulate anything with people. He forgot his language. I don't believe that in the least. That doesn't make any sense in the least because, he doesn't have a society. He's all alone on an island, but he's still got the substructure and the superstructure of language to understand the world around him. So it would have been language within his own talking to himself, basically, that got him to be able to survive, and also eventually not to go mad. So, and eventually to avoid the insanity, or in order to cope with the insanity of isolation like that, well, why wouldn't he have used the Bible? So here's the thing. Maybe something has been edited out of Robinson Crusoe over the years. Maybe there's been a stern and strict effort to eradicate certain passages from the book, and now they're gone. And what we know of is the complete book by Daniel Defoe is actually just a partial extent remnant of what was there, because there are other patches and pieces which are missing. I think that would probably be likely, because here's the thing. What happened to the Bible? How come he never read it? How come the whole story, he doesn't mention it once? I don't think so. I'm a good reader. I read the whole Robinson Crusoe. I don't remember one point. No, he was sitting in there just dealing with crabs on the seashore. And I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a great book. In some ways, though, it doesn't make sense. And that's one of them. Like, well, how come you never hear him reference the Bible, or hear that he read from the Bible? Or what happened to it? What could have very well happened to it is that he used it for firewood or for some other kind of tools that were of greater necessity in the moment for survival. And because of that, it was edited out of the book. That's what I think happened. Either that, or then how come you don't see the relation of the book itself deteriorating due to sand mites or something? Some kind of tropical insect comes and or it gets wet in a storm and then decays, or whatever, or it gets swept away on a big wave. There could be lots of reasons for something happening to his Bible, and yet you never hear anything happening to the Bible. In fact, I don't really recall if Defoe actually gives his Selkirk a Bible when he's marooned in his story. I don't really recall. In some ways, I think he may have. I know the history of the true story that it's based upon it relates that that's what he was left with. He was left with a knife, a musket, a Bible, and maybe a couple other tools. And that was it. So I actually didn't do my homework before coming and making this talk. I haven't read it. It was over 2 years ago that I read Defoe, but I'm telling you, books take time to sink in. Like, I read them and have to really try to feel and think about them, contemplate them for months and months to try to understand what my confusions are. Because when you first read a book, you don't really know what your confusions are, because you're just led on by what the author conceals to you. And then in the end, through reflection like this, you come to reflect, well, hold on a minute. Wasn't Selkirk or wasn't this guy supposed to have had a Bible? What happened to the Bible? Has that been censored from this book? What do you think? Drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you know even more. If you have conclusions on this of your own, whether scholarly or otherwise.